Hello, this is Durand, and
This is Daniel.
we're here to talk about installing Emacs and getting set up with it for the very first time.
All right, so today we're going to talk about how to install Emacs on OS 10. But if you want to look at how to install on different operating systems, just do a quick Google search, right, and figure that out. So
Yeah, and if you have instructions that are particularly helpful, let's say for Windows, please post them in the comments, and we'll put them in the description of this
Right.
video.
So one way that's really easy is if you search for how to download Emacs for Mac, you'll get to this website, emacsforos10.com. It's really straightforward. You just download this. You click here to download the DMG, which is the standard way you install applications on a Mac, and you open up that DMG, drag it to your applications folder, and there you have Emacs. You can double click and it'll open it up. Another way you can do it is go to the terminal and use this command here. Using Homebrew.
Yeah, if you have Brew, then this is how you do it.
Yeah, so here you need to actually provide a couple flags here. If you just do brew install Emacs, you're going to get the command line version of Emacs. But if you want to have the GUI version, which is what we're going to use here, is you want to use this flag with Cocoa. And we're also going to use a different flag with ImageMagick, right? And this we're going to use ImageMagick with Emacs later on when we display org mode and write nodes of Emacs.
Yeah, so install it this way, and yeah, we'll tell you how you can use ImageMagick later.
Mm-hmm. And so after you install Emacs, what you want to do is actually, learn more about it. So Emacs is one of these editors that has like a really insane history, about 30 years old now, and it's quite different from normal text editors you might be used to, maybe like Notepad or TextEdit or Sublime Text, all these different text editors. So I urge you to go through the Emacs tutorial, click here, and then it'll sort of step you through the tutorial. It's really nice. It actually helps you, first you read it, and then it tells you all these different commands, and you can perform these commands to move on with the tutorial. So it's a very interactive tutorial.
Yeah, so after you go to that tutorial, we'd like to send you to Hack Emacs. Should we do that? And watch the intro, the very first video.
Right.
So just look for...
the link in the description.
Yeah, and check that out. And that's your assignment. Emacs is really useful once you learn some basic commands. For example, you can learn the basic commands for moving the cursor in your browser, for example. So if you go to the browser up there and you click in there, you can use certain commands like move back a character or forward character. You can delete characters. And then move to the beginning. Yeah, just with simple key commands. And you'll see how to, once you learn these simple Emacs commands, you can use them in so many places. Let's see. One last thing. After you go through the tutorial, we want to tell you a way of discovering more keys. So inside Emacs.
Right. So there's always different key bindings. Like we see here, there's a Control X and Control C right in the tutorial. But what are the other key bindings? Like what does like Control X, Control H do? All these different things, right? So actually, Control X, Control H is a way you can actually discover different key bindings that start with a prefix Control X. So if you do Control X, Control H, we'll see a whole list of different key bindings you can do. In this case, we can do all these different things. Like, for example, Control X, Control D does transpose lines. It's pretty useful that I use all the time, every day. So again, you do Control X, Control H, and then you can do that for different key bindings, right? Like for example, Control X, R, Control H, and it has now all the prefixes for Control X, Control R. You do the same thing with Control C, Control H. In this case, that's for mode-specific key bindings. In this tutorial, there's no mode-specific key bindings, but pretty useful when you're in HTML mode, CSS mode, JavaScript mode, all these different kind of modes to edit in Emacs.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the first episode for getting started downloading it. Your assignment is to go through the first episode on Hack Emacs. That's http://killring.org. hack-Emacs, go through the intro, go through the tutorial in Emacs, and then discover some keys by using like Control X, some prefix, and then Control H. Control C, Control H will tell you everything that Control C will complete to.
All right, that's it.
Thanks for tuning in.